Right, hello folks, it's Gordon here. Hope all is well with you. So, as I said in the last video, I wasn't going to do with this doodle series, I wasn't going to do episodes of me painting in all of the doodle because it takes a long time. It's not that exciting to watch. I finished the purple. I think it looks quite nice, doesn't it? I'm surprised I haven't done purple before, to be honest. And I've got to make a decision, but I will point out to you something I've noticed before with a dark colour, is that the black line doesn't stand out as much, does it, against the darker colour, the actual black doodle. So if I use too dark a colour for the alternate colour here, the doodle might get lost. So before I paint the other colour, I'll take pictures and a little sweep around video of this one so that I'll be able to use it for prints as it is. But the decision I've now got to make is which colour to use for the other colour. So chip in, let me know. You might be immediately shouting out a colour that you think I should be using as the other colour to this purple. Now, something that might immediately spring to mind is yellow, because yellow is the complementary colour to purple. No, I've not even opened a tube for that one. I do like a bit of yellow, so that would look quite nice. I think that would work quite well, because obviously yellow and purple tend to work pretty well whenever, because they are complementary colours. I could go for this pink. It says purple. I've had this before in the last paintings I did. I've used this pink. I used it for a doodle actually, and it does come out fairly reasonably. It's not as saturated on that doodle painting as it is on the colour on the tube, but I haven't painted it that thickly. And I then used it again for one of my sunset tree pictures. It looks a bit more like it there. So it's a fairly accurate description of the colour. So would that pink work against the purple? Yes, it would. So I could go for the pink. I could go for red, because red and purple work quite well together. That's a scarlet red, and I've got a crimson red, darker red. Yeah, that crimson red would be too dark, I think, with the dark of the purple. Scarlet red, I think that would look quite nice. Thinking of this pink again, you know. Or I could go for blue, cerulean blue, light blue I call that. I think that could work. Yeah, that could work. And I've got, what else have I got? I've got ultramarine blue, which is my favourite of my blue paints. I need to get some more of that because that's running out. Check out. Oh, I have actually got, hang on. Yes, I've got a whole new tube. Yes, I've got a whole new tube of this ultramarine blue. Yeah, I've not opened that tube yet. I think that'd be that's too close to the purple. So it's probably if I was going to use blue, it'd be the cerulean blue. Yeah, I don't like that as much as the red. I'm leaning towards, at the moment, I'm leaning towards the pink or the yellow. Purple and yellow is a classic. One thing I have actually got another colour, which is orange. Purple and orange. Ooh, that might work quite well. I've not actually got much of this orange, have I? That's the problem. If I was going to go for the orange, I'd need to actually get some more orange paint. I've probably got enough orange paint there to cover that doodle? Probably. But because I might not have, I'm less likely to use that. I'm less likely to go for that colour. So these are my favourites. These are my three at the moment that I'm deciding between. The yellow, no, not the orange. The yellow, the pink, and the scarlet red. So let me know what you think. I'd be interested to hear. Yellow and purple. Is that too, I don't want to say obvious. What's pulling me away from this pink at the moment is the fact that I used it in my last doodle painting. No reason why I can't use it again, of course. That'd be ridiculous as a reason not to use it, but that is the reason at the moment. The yellow. Purple and yellow. Although, having thought about it, one of my next doodles that I'm going to do, because I realised that I haven't actually done it before, is red and yellow, because they definitely will work together. Yes, so fact I might be doing red and yellow in my next doodle means that I'm leaning towards that pink. What do you reckon? Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Signing off for now, and I will speak to you again next time.